What's up guys, MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always, and I want to do a dedicated video here to Mr. Leroy Smith, who's just oh so beautiful. The reception has been great on this original character. Can you believe it? We're getting an original character in Season 3. 2 years after the original release of Tekken 7, we're getting an original character. Again. We've had other original characters in Tekken 7, Say No More, Katarina, Lucky Chloe. I can't say I love those characters or designs, like at all. I don't like them at all. And then completely out of left field, new original character for Tekken 7. And just look at him. I can't tell you the last time I was displeased with a character design in Tekken. Like, I'm probably gonna have to go way back. You can look at Tekken 6 with Alyssa and Lars. Do I like those characters as much as Leroy Smith? Not at all, not even a tenth as much as this guy. And all I've seen with this guy is one video showing his Ip Man style of... what is it Ip Man uses? Is it Wing Chun Hung Ku? Sorry, don't remember. Wing Chun? Huh? Sorry, not a martial arts expert here by any means. But the fighting style is super epic, inspired by, of course, Donnie Yen in Ip Man. If you haven't seen those movies, I think it's a 3-part series, and it's just amazing. The choreography is great. I really appreciate the fight Ip Man 2. I think he's fighting, is it Twister, the British boxer in the end? Incredible fight. Yeah, just watch those movies, they're great. Obviously, they inspired the fighting style and choreography of Leroy Smith. It's very apparent in the trailer. I think when he fights Fengwei at the end of a trailer, or his section of a trailer, is that his rage art we see, where he ends with this 1-inch punch kind of thing to Feng's stomach? It's just great, it's beautifully animated. But again, like, his design is so goddamn epic, I just can't get over it. And look at that cane. I mean, you wanna cry, it's too good. I think it's just that I don't want to shit on Bandai Namco, but I feel like many of the latest characters they've made over the years, in my opinion, I know I'm not speaking for everyone here or the Tekken community, I'm just speaking as myself here, but most of them they've been very childish and very, you know, colorful and very, can I say childish again? Just Lars and Alyssa, I mean, Jesus, Alyssa looks like a doll and Lars looks like a cartoon action hero drawn by a 12-year-old. It's got a cape and the spiky hair. I don't know, it just never really worked with me, and I was so disappointed that he was going to be the Swedish hero. But Leroy Smith, it just feels like a very much mature and old school OG design. And I just love his, what's that called? His coat is awesome, combined with the red pants. The cane, you can see he's got a tattoo there, he's got a lot of bling bling. And of course the hair, the beard, the glasses. I know he's supposed to be like blind or half, he's blind on one eye, I think. So there's some attention to detail there. And it's like, I don't want to go down the SJW or get into politics, but I feel like diversity has been lacking in Tekken 7. It's a little bit of an eyesore. I mean, there is a lack of characters with a darker skin tone. And where did Bruce go? You know, just stuff like that. It's been bugging me. And there are not a lot of characters who are, I don't want to say elderly, but older. I feel like there's an age discrimination, and especially with, yeah, I don't know, it can be awkward to talk about these things, but it's like with the I dislike pretty much the female part of a roster, because everyone's like 18, no, 16, I mean, Lily is 16, right? And the oldest female character is what, Nina, 24? She was not allowed to age, going from Tekken 3 to Tekken 4, so she was frozen down for 20 years, because God forbid she turns into a middle-aged woman. Who wants to see that, you know? Saggy tits and saggy ass. Well, I'd like to watch that. It adds a lot of character, it adds diversity, it's more interesting. It's just more interesting, in my opinion, if you have female characters who are allowed to age as well. No, it adds diversity. It makes everything more colorful and interesting, in my opinion. And it's like, you know, with the male characters, they're all super buff now. Even Law is super buff. What happened to the, you know, different sides? It adds personality and character. Law, he goes more for speed than strength. He's very thin. Noctis actually stands out as an interesting character because he's the only male character who has rather human proportions. You know. But so again, this was great to me because here you have obviously someone with African ancestry, Leroy Smith. He's from New York, I think, according to that story text we got. And he's in that story text, it refers to this young boy who 50 years ago was in the middle of a gang conflict. I don't remember exactly, but due to that text, and of course just looking at him, you know, he's at least in his late 50s, maybe he's in his 60s. So again, this is sort of a stuff I wanted to see, you know. Tekken 7 badly needed some diversity. So again, just a massive thumbs up, and I absolutely cannot wait to see how he plays, considering they've probably borrowed a lot of the visuals from Ip Man, I'm guessing. A lot of the choreography and moves that Donnie Yen display with his amazing flexibility and ability and power. So I just cannot wait to see what they do with that. And of course how he's going to fare, you know, in terms of character strength. Negan was the latest released DLC character, and he was quite weak on day one. It's gonna be interesting because day one with Negan I thought he was like, oh my god, he looks incredibly buff and strong, he's too good. And then it's just interesting how you can have that reaction just testing and labbing a character for 2 hours, and then you play him and you realize he's super linear, he's kind of slow and sluggish. These strings I thought were so good, they're not that strong. They have big holes in them. So it's gonna be interesting to see just how strong this gentleman is going to be. Hopefully he's not a new Negan in that he's very weak. I mean, how often do you see Negan these days? It's too bad because the character has a lot of charisma and personality, but no one plays him because he's too tough to use. You have a couple of enthusiasts playing Negan, but they're very few, and you never see him in competitive play. Like, have you seen Negan in a tournament? Nope, you haven't. So when a character has this much just charisma and ambience as Leroy, you kind of hope he can match it in terms of gameplay and strength, because now this is a character we want to see a lot of. But of course, you know, we haven't seen any gameplay. We've seen I think it's a rage art we've seen. So we haven't seen gameplay. Hopefully the animations and his fighting and his move list live up to the epicness of his just presence and aura. Because that trailer was pretty mind-blowing. Everyone was thinking it was Wang at first, seeing him hit that wooden ball. But then it was apparent, of course, that it's a new original character. And everyone accepted him immediately. Everyone I talked to at EVO, you know, in person there after his trailer, everyone was just unbelievably positive and wanted to try him out immediately. And you can't say the same for a lot of the original characters that have been revealed over the years. This was literally cannot wait to play Leroy. So I'm hoping here that he can live up to the hype, that it's not another Negan where people felt like the gameplay just didn't live up to the epicness of the character. But of course Negan was from an established franchise, The Walking Dead. And here we have something completely original, but looks really great. So yeah, just hoping that his gameplay is as cool as he looks, because yeah, one hell of a badass design. So I just wanted to give props to Bandai Namco because I feel they really stepped up here, and they gave us very much needed diversity, in my opinion, very much needed, and what an incredible design to boot. So yeah, I just wanted to dedicate a video to Leroy because I'm just so excited for this character, and I just hope he is all he can be when it comes to the actual fighting inside the arena, the Iron Fist arena. But when you're this fucking cool just to look at, I mean, how can you disappoint? So just enormous thumbs up, and I'm certain you guys are all as excited as I am for this character. Cannot wait for September to have Season 3 drop, the free update. I think he's gonna be released in September as well. I don't think we have confirmation yet, but hopefully so. So yeah, awesome stuff, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.